shipping it to other countries. And after that, there is another processing department. Processing department process cocoa mass. Another cocoa mass will take it to the chocolate industry. Then they'll take the cocoa butter. Cocoa butter, another department will go to trading. Trading will go to manufacturing of chocolate. There's so many departments. Why I'm insisting on you that today, because of the margins are getting squeezed everywhere, I will tell you why there is a reason for compartmentalizations later on the discussion. So compartmentalization, bigger companies have many compartments and smaller companies have smaller little compartments. But the idea is what? Like for example, if you are joining in a very big Cargill company like Cargill, very big companies basically, you are joining in a sourcing team. You join as a purchase officer, purchase manager, senior purchase officer, procurement director, then head of sourcing. You will retire there only. You will not know what is happening in the next compartment. Then next, if you join in logistics, okay, reception, everything till the export. Where it goes, nothing he doesn't know. And then go to the next compartment, he knows exactly what is in that compartment. So, if you really want to be successful in your path, you have to understand, you know what is value chain? Backward integration, forward integration. Value chain is basically, as I said, from the product to the market, mark to market, M to M is what you call the value chain. So if you know how to source, how to ship it out, how to process it, how to market it back as a chocolate, what you will become? You will become an entrepreneur. Is it not so? That's a success. So that is why people doesn't want competition. That's why they compartmentalize the business. They don't want you to know basically. You live in a compartment, die there only. So if you really want to shift a job, even for a lower salary, if I may, sir, I already finished in the sourcing. I know completely in and out of the sourcing. I want to go to the next. You ask your boss, sir, I want to, please, can you just shift me to the next compartment? And if they say no, you opt for a lower salary, even for a lower salary for your learning, go to the next compartment. Offer even for a lower salary. Till you understand the value chain, consider it as an investment. You are not earning till now. I say learn to earn towards success path. Till now you are not earning. You are investing your time. Take it like that. Every moment of your learning complete till it finishes, you are investing your time, but still not earning. Invest your time to reap until you complete your learning curve to reach the board. Smaller companies, the learning curve is bigger. Bigger companies, the learning curve is smaller. You can choose which company you want to go, which size you want to go. Bigger companies may give a fat pay. Smaller companies give a little pay, but the learning curve is more there. Sometimes people make mistakes. So no, so they are offering $2,500 for me. This company is offering only $1,800. See the opportunity. In what department you are going to work, what compartment you are going to work. Here, at least you have 2-3 compartments exposed to you. So which one you choose? So learn. If you want to really learn, for learning, you resign job, get another job, learn the complete value chain. You know the people who sit in the board of directors, or an MD or a CEO, they know the complete value chain of the business. That's why they sit in the board. Till you reach there, the time you spend is an investment. It's not earning till now. So this moment I would like to, there are so many things that you need to go through during this period. It's the toughest period to understand the value chain. So there is a beautiful song in Kenny Rogers. You must be knowing Kenny Rogers. How many of you know Kenny Rogers? Kenny Rogers is a beautiful song. He mentioned at one of the point in an album called Gambler, you got to know when to hold on, know when to fall down, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough to count when the dealings are done. Let me repeat to you. It's a very, very beautiful inspirational song. It's applied. You got to know when to hold on, know when to fall down, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough to count when the dealings are done. You can apply to that straight away. I would like to go I'll give you a small tip. Basically, this is what the essence of my life, I would rather say. What competency that can carry you to the top level in an organization. There are so many competencies. There are so many people I've already explained to you. There are so many good qualities about that. But one competency that is expected out of you by default by any organization, it's analytical and problem solving. Niche finding. Analytical and problem solving. What do you understand by analytical and problem solving? Any of you? I am not hearing anything. Looks like Murli should have spoken before me. Hello? Everybody is there? Are you with me? What do you understand? It's a very, very, very interesting topic of what is analytical and problem solving. Ability is one of the core competencies that's required for any businessman, and that is expected out of you when you go travel abroad. I'll give you a small case study. There was a company, a fast moving consumer goods, FMCG company, was importing a lot of goods in a foreign country. They do this as a business and they generate local currency and they repatriate the currency. They have to buy dollars and they send back to the buyers. The bills are due, they have to settle the bills. They were doing that quite often for a 10 to 15% margin business. The business was doing quite good. This is a small case study I'm giving you. One fine day, the country comes in a crisis and says, sorry, sir, we will not be able to generate dollars for you, but we will give you an alternative. You can buy from the parallel market. You can buy from the local market, parallel market, the tourism market, otherwise you can settle your bills. So now, when they go outside the market, it is almost 10 to 15% costlier than the bank rate. So the business, they are running the business for just 10% margin, 10 to 15% margin. So outright, your profit is knocked out. Either you close, you have options, either you close the business completely. This guy has beautifully set up the country, it's a big business. He has made a distribution network all over the country. He has like 20, 25 branches all over the country. Distribution network, vehicles, cars, trucks to go there, come back, everything, distribution network excellently set up. Now, what do? Your margin is straight away, now there's no much of dollar available with the banks. One young gentleman walked inside. He said, sir, now the situation has come that we need to generate our own funds, own dollars. How do we do that? So what we can export out of this country? Let's make a quick analysis. They found out, okay, we can export to Spain some cocoa nuts, cocoa beans. There is cocoa is available in this country, in one of the corners. We export it to Spain. So when you export a commodity, you get dollars back to the country, right? So you can offset your bills, your import bills with that. This is analytical. He analyzed the situation and made a problem. Where is niche finding there? World is full of opportunities everywhere. MBA students especially, you have to keep an eye. For every moment, every look and corner, there is an opportunity. The person who finds the niche is the successful person. The niche finding is one of the God-given ability. You need to first analyze, solve the problem, and where is the niche? The same case, there is a niche there. Okay, there are other companies also buying cocoa. We just want forex. So we just exported cocoa, out of it we get a forex. But other companies are doing this business for what? There is a trading margin. Is there a trading margin? Other companies are doing this export. There is a trading margin for that. There is a margin already, and they sit in a capital city and bring the goods. Now, this company has a full resources of what you call synergies. Maximizing the utilization of synergies. Synergies basically, they are all over the world, all over the particular country, they have branches. They converted the distribution network into a procurement network. So they were effective by $30 to $40 than any other person. There is a niche. They took that as a separate business today. And that company today is exporting coffee, cocoa, cashew, sesame seeds to Japan. They made it as a separate business. And this is where the niche. The person who has initiated this is a CEO of a company today. So this is a success story. The person who has the ability to find the niche will be a key person. It's a key ability. I would rather say this one of the best. It's everybody is. You need to develop this quality. Go back. What what today you can see you have many institutes, MBA institutes and everywhere throughout. There I have classifications, IMA, BITS, IIFT. There is a grading for everything. What makes them so special than the others? You have symbiosis, but there is a grading all over. A guy from IIFT is treated, IMA, something special. What makes I would like to say manner is most important than the matter. In the manner in which they conduct the classes, the manner in which the culture, the manner in which they learn, the manner in which they study, it makes a lot of difference. So please develop a manner in yourself to identify yourself. Just create an identity for yourself. It's most important for you to develop this quality, develop a manner. So that there are so many people in the field. What makes you special is the way you conduct yourself. As I said, see, whatever I spoke today just now, it is like, I'll tell you a small synopsis. Okay, at one small village, one mother has one drunkard son. The mother told the son, please stop drinking everything. They tried the level, but they couldn't. So one said, one Swamiji has come to this village, why don't you take your son to that man? He will try to do something for your son. They took the person to Swamiji. Swamiji said, there was a lot of crowd there, like you guys are talking. When I was talking here, you guys are talking somewhere talking here. Like that, there's a lot of crowd. And the Swamiji from there, he said, please, you should not drink. Okay? He said. The mother was very happy because Swamiji directly spoke to the son. The son was also listened. Coming back home, the guy next day, he drank more than every day. Mother said, I took you to the Swamiji yesterday. And today you are drinking more than the normal capacity. What has happened to you? You say, Swamiji told you yesterday not to drink? Mummy, you didn't understand very clearly. What did he say? He said, drinking, you should not stop. He said, drinking, you should not stop. So, it is not what I spoke for 30 minutes here. It's most important. It's what you understand is most important. I would like to close my session. Thank you for the opportunity given to me by Sea Change and MMA. Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity. Thank you. Mr. I wish you all of you a great success and welcome to the community abroad. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sridhar. Kindly stay back in the stage, and I request Dr. Jayashree Suresh to come onto the stage and hand over the memento.